Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the M1 Finance account review. This week, the balance on the account is $38,566.74. As we can see here, the account is still down overall. But let's go ahead and look at this past week's performance. So, not good. The account is down 0.29% or $109.94. If we look at the holdings, SCHD was up slightly 0.13% or $22.64. Realty income was down 1.11% or $121.39. VGT was down 0.16% or $11.99. And VTI was up 0.03% or 80 cents. So the big loser this week was Realty income with that big drop in value. But I do believe in the stock, and I do plan on investing because I have to think long term, not short term. So I can't look at this in terms of day-to-day gains, losses. I have to always remind myself you have to pan out 5, 10, 15 years. That's sort of the mindset you have to have towards investing. Otherwise, day to day, it's not going to feel like it's making any sense. And we're going to jump right into that because I want to rant about it a little bit. So let's look at the deposits for the past week. So there was quite a few, and the balance still went down. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So on February 13th, I put in $200 and I got 2 buys. Realty income got $67.68. I got 1.00 shares. SCHD got the balance of $132.32, and I got 1.72 shares. Next deposit was on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So I deposited $1,000 because that was a pay period, so I had some more funds to put in. So for $1,000, $427.05 went to Realty income. I got 6.38 shares, and the balance of $572.95 went to SCHD, and I got 7.42 shares. And then on February 15th, I got paid out my monthly dividend for Realty income. So that was $38.23. Realty income is a monthly paying dividend stock. And then on February 16th, I deposited $11.76 so that I could have a total of $50 to invest if you add up these two. And so I got 1 buy for that $50. All went to Realty income, and I got 0.76 shares. And then on February 17th, I deposited $75, got 1 buy that all went to SCHD, and I got 0.97 shares. So I haven't done the math on this, but if I just quickly look, let's see, that's $1,200, $1,250, looks about like $1,325, $1,325 was deposited this past week, but the portfolio was still down. So we can take a closer look here. Yes, so my calculation was right. So if you look on this page, this past week, the balance started at $37,351.68. I put in of my own cash $1,325, and still there was a loss of $109.94. So if we see here, if it wasn't for my own money that I deposited, this account wouldn't make any type of progress. The only reason why I jumped from 37 to $38,000 balance is because of my deposit, not because of the actual market. So I just been having some feelings in terms of, okay, I'm putting in money, but I'm not seeing any gains. And I know the stock market is going through a not ideal time right now. 2022 was horrible. 2023 so far is better, but all the losses from 2022 is still there, as you can see from my account. So I have to keep on telling myself, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, okay, you can't look at the daily or even weekly or even monthly changes. You have to think 5 to 20 years from now that the stock market always goes up, and you just have to believe that it will. Because if I just look at what's happening now, I would have no faith that this is actually going to work out in my favor. So we'll see. I'm going to keep on investing. I know from watching other videos, there's always, like Mommy Trader, for instance, is always saying to keep on going, keep on investing. Doesn't matter if the market is up, doesn't matter if the market is down. You just dollar cost average in, and you keep on investing into good, stable companies and ETFs. And I do feel really good about SCHD and Realty Income. My plan is for, as you can see here, my goal is for SCHD to be 60% of this portfolio, and for Realty Income to be 40%. Right now, SCHD is 45.3% of the portfolio, and Realty Income is 28.5% of the portfolio. So I do have a ways to go in terms of like getting the percentage to where I want it. I did make two other, before I added these two, one stock, one ETF. The account was primarily VGT and VTI, which are now investments that I regret having. So I'm trying to keep them because I don't want to sell them at a loss. They're both in deep negatives right now. So that's the only reason why I'm holding on to them, but there's no money going towards them at all, and there won't ever be. I'm just hanging on to it to see if maybe in 5 years it will go positive, and then I can just go ahead and just rebalance the account. So all of that money then just goes towards Realty Income and SCHD. But that is what's happening right here. And then something else that I thought I would start doing, I don't know how often I'll do it, probably not weekly, but maybe I'll do it monthly. I had received a comment on one of my video, just in terms of like how many shares do I have. So I think I'm going to, again, sporadically just start showing how many shares. So for instance, let's do it today. So SCHD, as you can see here, I have 227.59 shares of SCHD. And then for Realty Income, I have 166.39 shares. Both of these accounts, I want to get to at least 500 shares each before I do any type of reevaluation in terms of adding a new ETF or stock or reallocating money somewhere else. So I still have a long way to go to achieve 500 shares, for each of them, but that's what I'm thinking right now. And last but not least, as we can see here, we have an upcoming deposit next week of $130. And right now that is getting split $101.79 going to Realty Income and $28.20 going towards SCHD. But that's it for this week, and I will catch you next week.